All right, and the rubber label set came in for Smokeout, so I've got it right here. So I think I'm just gonna film myself putting these stickers on because I like putting stickers on. And I think, so I've got the website open, can't really see it on my screen, but we'll start in vehicle mode. And this, like, I guess if there's any curiosity about why I do something this boring, mostly it's because I kind of enjoy watching this sort of thing on YouTube. Like people who put sticker sets on or build kits. Thu has done it, Evangelist has done it. They both probably do it to a much more entertaining aspect than I do. But it's something I've always enjoyed. They don't seem to do it as much. I think Thu's like go on YouTube full time, which is super exciting because hopefully he puts out a ton of great stuff. I'm sure he will. Yeah, I figure, you know, if I'm not seeing the content I want to see, maybe I'll make the content I want to see. And then who knows what'll happen. So yeah, so I do have the instructions up here, and I've got my rubber label set. And normally I go pro and I have tweezers. Can't find my tweezers right now, so I've used a knife before and it works out pretty well. So starting out, let's go ahead and do this major racing stripe. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. Okay, so starting out, this obviously is gonna go right here. And I was curious about the origin of the Smokeout set, like where it came from. I think this is an original character made by Toyhax. So just lift it up, find my spot. It's not an Autobot, it's what they call a Pyrocon, which I want to say is a term not been used before. I think, there we go. And obviously they never line up perfectly, but it does a pretty good job matching that same off-white color. And we'll keep going. The Pyrocons are a set of combiners that Toyhax Repro Labels put together for some of the, not duds, but I guess like kind of the extra figures that people didn't necessarily have anything to do with. I want to say it was all started by Betatron. Right, so in Combiner Wars, there was a, right there. That's looking pretty all right, I think. Edges lined up pretty good. Betatron was, now I gotta remember, Metal Storm. So in G1, there's a Combiner set. Shit, these are like, and I don't want to like shit talk them, but they might be my least favorite combiners just because I didn't think they were particularly interesting. They were like sci-fi vehicles. Looks like I gotta lift this up to get to where I need to get to. Sci-fi vehicles, the, oh fuck, the Nerdy Bots. That's not their actual name. That's Computron. Computron, I always call them Quantron because that's the set I have is the third-party Quantron set. But yeah, Computron from the series of sci-fi vehicle smart Autobots that Grimlock put together. Now what am I doing? Oh, just fold it back here. There you go. Computron was in G1, and then as part of Combiner Wars, they were redoing a bunch of the number 6. Let's see, where is number 6? I'm sure I'll like fucking edit. Oh, here we go. Oh, these are like, it's like these little guys. Maybe I'll edit this because I'm sure this will be like an hour of me fumbling. We'll figure it out. Or maybe I'll just do like 1/2 and then edit to the next. Should all combine. Ooh, shit. Come on. Yeah. I can't even see that on camera, can you? So Combiner Wars, when they did there we go. I need to make sure I'm looking through here. All right. when they did their Computron set, oh, it's gonna kill me that I don't remember the team name. Metal Storm, Needle Nose, Light Speed, shit. When they did their Computron set, it was a box set. They did them as a collector box set. But first, it looked like they were going to get released as a wave of 4 Deluxes, Voyager, and then maybe we weren't sure what the Legends associated was going to be at the time. And they released just a Metal Storm by himself. Then it got announced that no, they're going to do a wave of, there we go. They're going to do a wave of, not a wave, a box set for Computron as a collective. So then everyone who like jumped the gun had this extra Metal Storm. Voyager, he turns into like a sci-fi spaceship with like, with a giant gun kind of down the center of it. Kind of a cool looking vehicle mode. But they had this extra Metal Storm because they were going to get another one in the box set. And the paint apps were a little different. I think like maybe the blue was lighter and the orange was lighter, and he had different places where the orange and whatever that like maroon color were applied. Yeah, this is much easier with tweezers. If anyone wants to do repro labels or stickers or something, just use a pair of tweezers. A little high. So they had this extra Computron, and you know, repro labels, they do sticker sets for Transformers figures. So someone there had the very ingenious idea of saying, you know, fuck it. These are different sizes, aren't they? And I've gotten them completely backwards, haven't I? Yes, you have, Cameron. See, this is why we pay attention. Why we should pay attention. There we go. So someone had the really brilliant idea of, okay, let's take that extra Metal Storm that we have, and let's go ahead and do our own combiner. And we don't have to like follow anything. We can just find a set that we want to do. So, oh, come on. Okay, so that's an extra one that I'm just gonna sit over on the side for a second. So Metal Storm, they did a sticker set for Metal Storm and they called him, I think it's Flame or X-Flame. I actually have it. It looks really nice. It's basically just fire deco everywhere. It looks pretty cool. And then they got the idea of, okay, let's make a whole set and let's call them the Pyrocons. And if I remember right, there is a, there we go. There is a Wheeljack, come on, who got redone as that Marlboro exhaust. There's a Wheeljack redone as exhaust, which I very much want to get. I'm trying to find like a reasonably priced Combiner Wars Wheeljack. Who would think that like freaking Combiner Wars Wheeljack, who wasn't a Combiner originally, wasn't all that great a toy by its like paint job or the mold really. I mean, it was a fine deluxe car, but not the best deluxe car of Combiner Wars, and really not a great paint job. But it's like freaking $30 or something now most places online if I'm trying to pick it up. I think there's a store I can get it for like 18. I was hoping to get it cheap. I was hoping that no one would want Wheeljack, because why would anyone want a combining Wheeljack that doesn't look as good as the Generations toy originally did? But it's been harder to find. Hopefully I'll get a good deal on it and I can grab him and turn him in exhaust. So yeah, Wheeljack is into exhaust and he has that Marlboro, the red and white racing stripes. And then done, 24, 23, 22, turn it to the back. Number 4, numero quattro, right here. And are they symmetrical? Yeah, they are. So we'll just transfer those down. Then there's Trailbreaker. He got redone as the Fallen because the Fallen in the Dreamwave comics has a like flaming motif, flaming paint deco, and he's on fire in the comics. He's on fire. So then they did a sticker set to turn. Is this good? I feel like this might not be good. I don't know if I'm gonna put this up. Might as well, right? Like, who am I kidding if I think that anything I do is gonna look professional or respectable, or, you know, I do it for me. And because I'm all alone in the apartment right now. Hannah's still out of town. So I get to play with my toys. Yeah, so they did Trailbreaker as the Fallen. And then they did 2 more, and I'll be damned if I can remember what they are. Ironhide, so they have 2 trucks, because Ironhide and... Ooh, my thumb. Ironhide and Trailbreaker share the same mold. The last one, is a jet. It's the F-14 from the aerial bots. Skydive? They redid Skydive as a flaming jet. I think it's referencing like one of the cyber jets or something. I'll admit I don't know. But anyway, so they got the 5 Pyrocons, so you can buy those 5 toys separately and redeck them all up. I kind of wish they had done... let's do these side stickers. Okay, I kind of wish they had done like all the extra team members. Like if you had gotten the helicopter Alpha Bravo, or the guy that Grabouge turned into, I forget his name, 20, numero 20, right here. What does that say? Look at that. Come on, can you focus? There we go. Dangatron? Dangertron? Dangtron? I need to be more left of where I think I need to be on camera. Yeah, this will be like a fun little bloopers once I get some decent videos up that, you know, have actual entertainment value of some sort. Again, who am I kidding? But, you know, it's fun. But yeah, so they have, you could, you know, you have your extra Metal Storm, and then if you got an extra Trailbreaker or an Ironhide, or you just got a Trailbreaker and Ironhide and didn't feel like using them as Trailbreaker or Ironhide. Same with Skydive, if you had an extra Skydive or Wheeljack, then you could make this custom combiner, which is pretty cool. I like the idea a lot. And I think Smokeout is essentially just another member of the team. He's just, you know, if you don't happen to have all of them, then you can use Smokeout. And that's actually what I'm doing. So I've got Flame, I've got the Metal Storm all stickered up, and I'll show him probably after this video or however I want to do it. Bridgestone, Space Bridge, not Bridgestone, Space Bridge. We'll take the doors. We will take the doors. Come on. There we go. Oh, there we go. Upside down with this guy. Yeah, so like it gets rid of, you know, the Energon, the 4, the Autobot logo, Autobot Jazz, and sticks it on a, well, what does that say? Wash and Roll. So just new sponsors. But yeah, so right now I have Flame just with 4 G2 Stunticons. The deluxe, the G2 box set, I got those Stunticons. Got rid of the Motormaster, didn't need a second Motormaster. But I thought the G2 Stunticons looked like good standalone, like just general Decepticon mooks, just extra guys, painted their heads black so they're more generic cons. And then my plan is eventually I'll get an exhaust. So I'll have exhaust and I'll have Smokeout, and I'll take off 2 of the Genericons. And I'm not sure which two. I know I want to take off G2 Breakdown. Because I think, like, for whatever reason, like, with the way exclusives worked out and stuff from conventions, G2 Breakdown, like, to me is almost just his own character. That teal and purple color scheme. Like, I'm so used to seeing that toy just on its own that I think that's why I want to have that breakdown. And then probably either Wild Rider or Dead End. Not sure yet. But color-wise, it would make sense to get rid of Drag Strip, right? Because that's G2, it's like black and blue, and then I'd have Smokeout, and I'd have Exhaust and Flame, and it would all be like reds, and then I'd have the red and yellow cars left. That's looking all right, right? That's looking pretty good. But I'm not sure yet. I guess I'll play around with it. And then the nice thing is I'll have the extra guys to mix and match. And that's kind of why I ended up getting like that extra set of bots. I found that I was not taking advantage of the Combiner Wars play pattern as much as I like want to. And maybe that sounds weird because it's like, it's your toys. It's, oh, I definitely did these wrong. Son of a bitch. Stick you back. Gotta pay attention. Talking and doing things is, harder than I expected. If I've ever given anyone shit, I sincerely apologize, because multitasking is an activity. But the nice thing is I can slide this guy off. Activity that requires some concentration. Slide it right back on there. It doesn't look any better than the other way around, did it really? Maybe it will when I go back and look at footage. But yeah, I'm lined up top. It's kind of high in the back, but... All right. Grab you again. But yeah, so I like the original Combiner teams, I kind of just keep those guys as is. I mess around with them plenty, but I don't do the whole Scramble City with the like official teams. And I was like, I want to play around more with my toys. The reason I buy toys is to play with them. I'm not a mitten box collector. I'm not a, if I'm not playing with it, I'm not getting value for the money I spent. The Persian in me refuses to let that happen. What do I want next? 18. 18 is right here. This little guy. Oh, I thought that was a big piece. That big piece must be number 12. 18. But yeah, the Toyhax instructions are pretty straightforward to follow. Oh, it's like, so it's they're essentially, they're trying to make this one continuous stripe. So they give you a little bit of blue to put this on. And I first got kind of word of what Toyhax did. I think I had seen their work before on like repro labels, like the sets for G1 toys where you lost your stickers. But I was like, I don't like the way like stickers look on my toys. I don't think I want them. I first saw them when Vangelis did his video on Transformers Prime RID, not Smokescreen. Oh no, can I not remember his name? The pretty one, pretty red car. They were buddies, Breakdown, and no, I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. I'll add that text in. Knockout. That's it. I kept wanting to say Smokeout, but it's Knockout because he's all sexy. He's a sexy, sexy boy. Yeah, so we did like a video review of Knockout, and like the toy was okay. The mold, was fine. Not the best thing in the world, but it did try and mimic his car to robot transformation, and it had a hard time doing it because that transformation on the TV show did not follow any sort of rules of physics. It's metal was being bent outright, so it's tough to do with a toy. All right, number 12. But then, like, the biggest complaint was like the deco, the paint on the car toy wasn't that great. So then Vangelis did like a video of him. I don't remember if he did a video of him putting on the stickers. I think he did, because it was like a new type of sticker. It was the not acrylic, vinyl stickers that like they use for actual car shops, and it was like really cool. And he did a video showing like how to, let's see if we can get that red to line up. Right. Nope. Get that curve right. Yeah. See, like a little bit of color. It's, even though it's mostly white, that does a significant amount to change. A little bit of black and a little bit of red. Really does change the look of the vehicle. That's pretty cool. I like that. But yeah, so he did a video on Knockout and then a video on putting the stickers on, and the stickers look awesome. Like, it really took the toy from like something that was like okay, decent, to something that was really nice to look at. I didn't get that Knockout. I ended up getting that Energon Knockout, that Big Bad Toy Store exclusive, because he's my Energon mad scientist and he matches Devastator colors and he hangs out with Devastator on my shelf. But that got me curious about repro labels, and I think I got my first set of repro labels for TFC's Hercules back in like 2012 or so, because I had the toys and I was like, I should get some symbols for them. I ended up getting the full Hercules set, and then number 8. Number 8 is the wheels, and they look like they're all the same size. So I'm trying to pay more attention here. And yeah, I think I can just use, they're all labeled 8, so they're not different. So I can just stick these guys on my wheel wells. Yeah, TFC Hercules that was the first third-party toy I bought, because at the time Hasbro hadn't done their Devastator yet, and it met all my criteria. At the time, it was very big. I didn't like how small. Oh, come on. Make Toys' Hercules was. I wanted the The Devastator that was ingrained in my mind is from that, and I know not many people like Dreamwave comics, and I'm not going to defend those comics, but I do remember how cool Devastator looked when he was like coming out of the water and he was freaking huge. Like he was the size of Manhattan basically. And so I wanted as big a Devastator as I could get at the time. Now things have changed. I don't think, like, I haven't upgraded to a larger Devastator. I didn't even get the Hasbro one. I've seen some big third-party ones. Ooh, can I peel you? Can I separate you from the rest of your body? There we go. Oh, now it's on my finger. This is why we use tweezers. He's the right size for me. I want Devastator to be basically my biggest combiner, him or Predaking. And right now they are. I've got TFC's Hercules as my Devastator and MMC's Feral Rex as my Predaking. I call him Predacus because weird, and in my headcanon the prime Predaking is Predaking, and then anyway, it doesn't matter. No one else thinks that way, and so yeah, Predaking and Devastator are my two biggest guys, and then everyone else is a little smaller than them, except Lion Kaiser. Lion Kaiser is big too. Where was I going with? Oh, but yeah, so I got that set and I loved it. I loved playing around with it, and I wanted to like give them Decepticon symbols. I went to Repro Labels and I checked it out, and I saw that they did like a full set for the team, and I was like, well, let me try that out. And then like it became this rule, like I've got rules in my collection to manage the size of my collection and manage my expenses. So I've got pretty strict rules. For example, only one of each character. That's why Jazz here is no longer now Smokeout. Little misshapen there. I don't know if I like these. I might need to spend a little time and do a heat treatment or something and try and round this out, because that, ugh, that doesn't look great. I'll try and be more careful on these ones. When I'm pulling them off, when I'm separating them from the sheet, I think I am stretching them because they're so thin. But yeah, so I have weird rules. So one, not weird, just stuff to help me not spend as much money. Only one version of each character, and that's like across all continuities. I try and go for, I call it the true, the aligned aesthetic. True aligned aesthetic. So there's like no multiverse. I've got one version of each character. I'm not doing like the aligned continuity family. I've got well, maybe this will be easier, and then I can try and separate, and it feels like that's gonna tear. I'm gonna go off camera and come back. All right, and here we are back in robot mode, and I went back and watched some of the video, and it does look like things were slowing down. So that's something good to know, that I can only record so much video at one time without clearing it off my phone before it starts really getting kind of shitty quality. So good thing to know. All right, so on to Jazz robot mode. Here we go. Here is my knife. And let's go ahead and start. Oh, so this is interesting. So here we have number 4. You can't see in the picture, but this goes on his stomach, kind of on the combiner peg. And I like the options they give you. They give you one that's like tech, like a tech detail. But then I really like this one that lets you continue the stripe detailing down the chest. So that's the one I'm going to pick out. I like that when I first started getting into stickers, repro labels, and Toyhax stuff, I kind of felt a little annoyed when they gave me extra sticker details, like, or they gave me alternates, because then I felt like no matter what, I wasn't going to get the full use out of the set. I don't feel that way anymore. I like the options because I've found that I don't always end up going for their default options. I think the majority of the time I do, but not always. Like in this case, I think this is technically the alternate detail because on the Toyhax picture they show the tech details. But we're gonna give him, come on, just a little continuation of his racing stripe. I think, let's close them back up, see how that looks. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah. I think that looks pretty good. It seems like his chest is sitting at an angle. I wonder if I didn't set it down fully. Maybe that's just the way I lay that sticker out. But overall, I think that looks pretty good. Get him at the right angle, and yeah, I like that a lot. All right, I think we only got a couple more stickers to go. Let's see. Oh, I did look it up. This set is partially inspired by the Pyrocons, as on these Decepticon symbols, this is the Toyhax like Pyrocon symbol. But also I think it's inspired by Crasher from the GoBots, which I don't have a Crasher, so that's kind of cool. I'd like to get a Crasher eventually. If we get a cool new Mirage mold at some point that they redo in a Crasher, that tends to be what they do if they ever make it any sort of upside down, any sort of F1 car, they'll end up redoing it as a Crasher inspired deco. There was, I think it was Mastermind Creations did an Ocular Max like that. Would they do like a Studio Ox inspired Masterpiece line, and their Masterpiece Mirage they ended up redoing as Crasher, or maybe they released it first as Crasher. No, I think it was probably like a convention. I'm just tapping down the sticker since there's there's this ridge detail to try and help the sticker stay on. I try and get as much surface area as possible in there. Yeah, maybe it was a convention exclusive. They did their Masterpiece Mirage as a crasher, which I don't think we have. Again, I'm not super into the Masterpiece line. I respect what they do. I enjoy their engineering. I've got a couple figures, but I don't follow it. But I don't believe we have an official Masterpiece Mirage. But I guess, and this might be heresy, I really enjoy the engineering that goes into the Masterpiece line. I think that's kind of unfortunate that it wrinkles like that. I think they do some brilliant engineering to match an aesthetic that I don't care about at all. Number 2, these are the size of his little Robo underpants. In general, I didn't really like the late 80s, early 90s style cars. I like cars from the 60s, 70s, and modern cars. I like them much more sleek than angular, smoother lines. This whole sheet kind of sucks to peel from. Let's see if I can get it. So the Masterpiece line in general, I'm not super interested. I'm trying to think of the Masterpiece figures I do have. Star Saber. I got Star Saber. I got Bumblebee. He just sits in my Star Saber and Bumblebee just sit in my classics, my general generations collection, because I think Bumblebee I want to be a Volkswagen, and that Masterpiece Bumblebee is amazing. Star Saber, that's really the only posable Star Saber we have. And I don't mind him being huge. He turns into a spaceship. To me, it makes sense that he turns huge. Plus, then, Saber is still pretty big and decent sized. I have Artfire, Masterpiece Artfire, to go with my... Come on. Let's see if I can somehow avoid getting my whole frickin' hand blocking the camera. Probably not. Learning steps, right? Baby steps. Learning process. Oh, boy. Oh, I feel you. Come on. I'm going to go off camera for a second. Oh, and just bunched it. But yeah, what else do I have Masterpiece-wise? Prowl. I do have a Prowl. Prowl, he's a police car, and I like those as my, generic Autobots. And I didn't have any of the Autobot brother mold, so I wanted to check one out, and I like it a lot. I'm getting Clamped Down. I think he just arrived today, but I haven't had a chance to check. And then I'll eventually get the police car Sunstreaker repaint, and I'll just have these big... I don't know what I'll do with them. I'm going to call them, I don't know. They'll be my trio of police cars. What else we got here? I think we're almost done. I think it's just these stickers go on the arms, and then these go on the shoulders. And then it's faction symbols. So, hey, so much gets put on the car mode to make sure the car doesn't look like Jazz. It really doesn't take much, I guess, in vehicle mode to not make them not look like Jazz. Am I doing this the right way? Nope. This it. Red goes on the bottom, and I want that angled piece this way. Thundercracker, and then I don't have the actual Masterpiece thrust, but I have a Masterpiece alike thrust. And I think that's it. And then the Beast Wars stuff I want to get eventually. But yeah, since I didn't grow up with the G1 cartoons, that was before my time, and that's much more my older brother's thing. I haven't felt a huge need to grab the Master. There's ones I want to get, I think I'm going to eventually get Megatron. Like, not just Beast Wars Megatron, but the actual Megatron, because it looks just like this amazing marvel of engineering. I would like to get the cartoon accurate one. I don't think I want to get that new toy accurate one that's coming out. As cool as that looks, I think the fact that they get him like he looks like he's walking off an animation cell, I think that's incredible. And I've heard like the issues with that Megatron mold, but as an engineer, I feel compelled to get that guy so I can build with him. Okay, now let's see. Do you bend? Yeah. So these stickers are not perfectly straight. There's a bend to it, and if I lay it out, yeah, the bend needs to go, it needs to bend away from his shoulder towards his hand. And it lines up pretty good. I like doing these types of videos. Hopefully people like them. I think even if they don't, I think I'll keep going just because it's my little zen time to talk to myself, which I don't think I do a lot of, but it's nice to chill and work on a little project. I do intend on building, when I get back from Iceland, building a workstation, a proper workstation, to the left of this one, where I can have actual tabletop space. And look at that. I mean, not too many stickers, right? Just here, the chest, and then the shoulders, and already doesn't... Oh, right. One last sticker to make sure he really doesn't look like Jazz. Smokeout. I wonder if Smokeout's supposed to be a girl, since Crasher is a girl. In my head, she's a girl. Smokeout's a girl, sure. Why not? Why not? Just a big, strong woman, kind of like RID's strong arm. But, I like that as a background. Went to the academy with strong arm. Sassy, brassy cop lady. But she's a Decepticon because she saw corruption in the police force and wasn't willing to work inside the system. She saw it was too broken already. Ooh, yeah, like look at these small little touches and already it's very much Smokeout. That looks good. Oh, I am a happy camper. All right, let's see where these faction symbols might go real quick, and then we'll call this a video. And this was nice and short, just about 10 minutes. Oh, easy enough. So we're gonna go one right here. And I guess if she's driving in one direction, we want the flames to blow back. So we'll just stick this guy on top, just like that. I do like that. And then I'll do the other one off camera because we've already seen that. I'm thinking like Evangelist did these live, which I like the idea of. They, I don't know why I said they. But of course he's got like an audience. But I like the idea of getting some people together, building some stuff together, putting some kits together as a group while we just sit and talk. Eventually I think that's what I'll do is I'll have my friends Nate and Hannah subjected to my whims as we build kits together. Nate actually is really interested in, we got some Gundam kits that we're gonna build. I haven't built Gundam in a really, really long time, so we'll do that eventually too. My Gunpla is mostly gonna be centered around Wing and not Gundam, mostly the mobile suits, just the regular. I like the generic guys more than the, always forget the foot. I always forget the foot. I thought I had him lifted up. More than, I like the Leos, the Tauruses, the Virgos. My favorites are part of the Maganax, but I don't know if they ever got a like 144 scale kit. I would be so happy if they did. Oh, let's just take a quick look at that goodness. You know what? I think I'll just keep the one on the one side. I don't need both. I like, oh, that makes me happy. And I hope it makes you happy. Thanks for watching, if you watched. If you didn't, you know, that's okay. This is definitely niche, I think. Thanks anyway. All right, see y'all later. Oh, and before I forget, I mentioned I'd put him in my combiner I've got going on right now. So here is, I actually don't know his name, Infernocus. Here is Smokeout as a leg. I think I've got that right. I'll admit I didn't pay attention to the directions, but that seems right. He's at the right height to be a leg. Plug in his hand, and I guess let's take off tripod. Take a quick look. So yeah, these are my half Pyrocon so far. Looking pretty good, I think. All right, thanks guys.